at it again,
baby. Yes, what is up, everyone? Welcome to a review for something that I really don't touch on that much. It's kind of been a blind spot in my collector's sort of eye, and I'm really excited to review this guy. A little bit of backstory between me and Scorpion here is, one, he's my favorite Mortal Kombat character of all time. I wanted it to be the red one for so long. Yes, I called him the red one because I was so burnt by them announcing that there was a new red ninja and his name was Ermac. And it was the worst thing ever, and it just broke my worldview of Mortal Kombat. And red and black are my absolute two favorite colors and pairings. So to have that happen, and then Scorpion on the sidelines, like, I knew you'd come back. It feels good to be back, man. It really does. I'm really excited to review this guy. This is my very first Storm Collectibles, and might I add, this is a donation review in the sense of, hey, somebody sent this to me to review and then I sent it back. And I appreciate you more than you will ever know. Thank you so much, man. You know who you are. Oh my God. I can't do it, man. I am so, you know what? Let's go ahead and get into this review. Alright, for articulation for Scorpion. Storm Collectibles Scorpion, I might add. He has got a lot going on under the hood here, and by that I mean, like, it looks seamless. Like, it doesn't really look like there's too many joints as far as articulation goes, but that is all completely hidden. So I'm gonna start from the top and work my way down here. So he can look up about that much, which is really impressive. Look down about that much, so he could get like bah! On the back of the head. Looks really cool. And then this is like my favorite part. Look at that. A straight punch to the side and another straight punch to the side. Can wrap all the way around Exorcist style. Has this rubber part that is kind of like connected to the hood and then the head there, so that is really good. Just gives it, like, he is yoga as far as his articulation goes. He's that part that goes around, like, all right, just let your head down and then roll it back and forth. Anyway, so, like, okay, so as far as wingspan, I kind of like pop his arm out of place, like,
finish him.
But so easy to put back together. So it kind of fits. Like, if you rip his arm out and then, like, you could put it back in there, it's really good. I don't know if they did that on purpose, just for the Mortal Kombat style. Can do a T-pose, a little bit like that, and then a wingspan kind of going up just a wee bit. His butterfly joint is very impressive as well. Can go down, can go up like so, and then completely cross over like that, and then also cross back like that. So got a lot of range of motion going on there. Has a nice sturdy boy bicep swivel going on right there. It's a little tight, but it does move, so I think that's actually good. Double jointed arms like that. Those big old pythons don't let him do too much range of motion. And then the standard ball joint within the wrist can wave like so, and then curl like that, and then spin all the way around. Can break his ribs about like that, and that's like, oh my goodness. Oh, you've got a lot going on there. Can do like a little ab crunch about like that, and then a limbo style about like that. And I don't want to break it, but you gotta put some pressure into it. So not really going on the limbo style. There's like a hip joint also in there, and then all of this is rubber, so it's kind of like hiding it all in. This is a little bit of a hard plastic right there on his abs. Can do a okay, you gotta finagle that split right there, but that is the split. Can kick all the way like a a splitty split, and then Double jointed knees right there, looking really good. Can point those toes down about like so, and then point them up about like yay, which is, you know, it's pretty normal. Does not seem like he has that much of an ankle rocker, but it does have like a little pivot joint right there, which he can move around like that, so he can get him in some pretty okay extreme poses. And then for God knows whatever reason, I guess I'm a weird toe person. I don't know. Anyways, toe pivot action right there, kicking it in, and a little looking pretty nice. I think I might do this as well as far as articulation here. That is him with a combined crunch of the ab crunch and the hip joint right there. So looking very, very impressive. Like he could have like right there an uppercut or any type of pain right there. So I am just absolutely loving it. So yeah, that is, I believe, it for articulation as far as moving this boy around. He's impressive, and he is a beefy mama. Alright, full paint apps and sculpting for Scorpion, looking really nice. The design of his chest right there, I have heard that it is a more modernized or the modern style of Mortal Kombat 11, I think. I'm not really sure if there's an actual style guide as far as what he's wearing. To me, it's the original quilt that he used to wear in Mortal Kombat 1 that I used to sneak and play on my friend's PC because my mom thought this game was the devil, which it rightly was, because nobody should ever see some moving human characters pull a spine out at that age. But you know, here we are. I think I'm fine. I'm fine. But anyways, looking really nice. The stitching on the hood is really good. Now the most impressive thing to me, like honestly, is the hood right here. It's soft plastic. It's like, if you can see that right there, it is soft plastic, so it moves around. It has been sculpted around his head, which is really nice. It's also got a brown sheen or like some leather look to it, so it's very authentic looking. The stitching on there looks really freaking good. And then we go down here to his quilt chest that he stole from Joann's Fabrics. Looking really nice. Very stark colors. I don't see any shading going on as far as that. And then you can pretty cool move it down like this. Like younger Compton would have lost his mind if you could do this to figures back then. I don't think you could. And the gi looks really nice, and then there's a different texture of the gi under there, so that's really cool. Now, the soft plastic does not hinder the articulation in any way whatsoever, and I'm very impressed and happy about that. Just because sometimes the character design of certain characters kind of hinders the thing to get them to look accurate, and then you have these other things. So I really like the way the use of soft plastic here. Going down to the arms, the armband looks really nice. There's some skin speckles in there, which I'm not expecting because this is my first Storm collectible. So this is really good. The sculpting on that bicep is whoo! Oh, Hulk Hogan, you better watch out. And then this arm gauntlet thing right here looks really nice, and also you can you pop it off like so, and it can be like a naked arm if you want to do some other things to him. So that's really cool. I like the options right there. And then moving down to the waist here, everything looks good. The sculpting on the belt or the cummerbund, is that a ninja cummerbund? Tony, is that a whatever? And then the red, or the black looks really very nice. The difference between the sheens on the quilt and then the under part of the gi looks really good as well. Now all of this is soft plastic. The arms are hard plastic, and then going down to the thighs, that's hard plastic, and that looks really good. The sculpting on here is very impressive. Like it's a flat, which kind of adds to the look there. And then going down to the knee armor and the shin guards here, looking really, really good. If you can tell, at first when I glanced at it, I was like, okay, it's just yellow. But no, it's got a very metallic look to it, which I'm really, really excited and happy about. Like, there's just some silver poking out between the yellow, so that is awesome. Like, Scorpion, no, you're too cool. You can't do this. And then going down to the toesies here, he's got those flip-flops. Oh, like, this is what I do at night. I'm wearing socks and I have to take the dogs out. I don't care. I'll admit it right here, right now. Flip-flops and socks at night, 12 a.m. I don't care. He does it too. Obviously, I don't think he takes his dogs out. I don't think he has dogs. Or the back of the calves, looking really good as well. It's very, very consistent with the paint there. And then lastly, I want to harp on this face right here. It is so evil. It is so good. And then, oh man, the face mask is very, very, it's very modern style. It's not the normal wrap. So that's kind of what takes it away from being the original Mortal Kombat style. But this quilt still gets me as far as that goes. And the eyes, no pupils whatsoever, and I love it. All right, and moving on to Mr. Scorpion. I don't think we call him that. His flaming hellfire skeleton skull face here looks really good. Now, I'm going to be absolutely as gentle as possible with him because I was told that Stormheads know, I guess that's what you guys call yourselves, which is kind of a cool name. Anyways, head is not attached to the body because of the ball joint within the masked Scorpion. It's extremely hard to get out. Like, oh my god, I was very, very, very scared to pull it out. And also, I heard that hot water does the trick, but I just don't want to do that just because I don't want to take the chance of breaking him. Anyways, skull looking absolutely freaking tastic. The shading on this dude, the mandibles, the jaw is a hinge, so you can make him look like an old person, and then you can make him like which is just amazing. The flames coming out of the eyes is really good. Around it is awesome as well. It's a little bit of a translucent look to it, so that is really nice. So when the light hits it, it hits it really well, giving it a glowing effect. Moving on to the back here, see, it's about to fall. Alright, we're just gonna do it like that. That's the rest of the skull looking really nice. The flames on the back looking good, like very translucent, but also just a little bit of opaqueness to give him that solid look. And this is my favorite thing I found out about this thing is, look, it's a flame hat, and it's got the sutures in the skull right there. You've got the lateral and the occipital skull like suture right there, looking really, really good. Loving the way the skull looks. It's very, very anatomically correct, and I am an absolute fan of the way this looks. Alright, for flame effects or accessories, parts, whatever we are on, he comes with left and right hell flame parts, and oh my god, they look so good. They lay flat. They are pretty hard plastic, so be a little careful. They might break or they might stab you and make you bleed. Who knows? But they look really good. They're a little bit of translucent with a little bit of opaque put in as well, so it gives it that flame effect, and also the translucence gives it the option to glow if it was lit properly. And I put them on my pinkies, but here we got some flame hell flame fist effects, and they go on his forearm with either a fist or an open hand, and they look really good, translucent with a little bit of opaqueness, and then the translucency, is that a word, gives it the glowy look if it is lit properly. So awesome freaking pieces. And lastly, for flame effects, yes, Toasty! That is right. This awesome little uppercut flame effect is so good. You could put it right there with his fist and then make him fly up, and yeah, I'm talking to you, Sub-Zero. It's gonna happen. I don't have you, but it would happen if I had you, because yeah, it's a rivalry, it's a battle, and you must go down. That's how I feel. And lastly, for effects here, we have the kunai and the spear on the chain, or the harpoon or spear, whatever you want to call it. All I know is it equates to "get over here" or something of that nature, and then it looks really good. The chain is metal. There is no solid part to it. So having it like stab someone completely is going to be a little bit of a challenge, but we'll see what we can do. And then at the end here on the other side, it has the loop so you can wrap it around his wrist or put it in his hand while he's holding it. So really cool effects. I do wish there was something in there solid to hold it there, just because I've never seen Scorpion, you know, say "get over here," and then it'd be like "yeah" as it's going. So that is a little bit of a bummer to me, but the chain is pretty solid. I don't know if you could see it, but it's pretty solid chain. I'd wear it. Tony would wear it around his neck. Alright, and for hands, we got the fisty fist hands, open palm spread finger hands, some other open palm spread finger hands, but they're a little more like a kind of technique grabby hand sort of thing. And then I'm gonna assume we got the harpoon or the chain holding hands, because it's got a little bit of a C grip. Alright, so Scorpion is a big boy compared to some of the figures that I get. From my understanding, he is supposed to be 1/12 scale, but I think he runs about 7 inches, which he's a little taller than 1/12 scale. So not completely accurate, but he's a monster. He's a big boy, so they're really, it's not a gripe. It's more of a, it's okay. It's okay. Don't you worry about it. And looks like he exactly, like right there, 7 inches, or just a wee bit under 7 inches. I'm gonna round up to 7 inches. So he, like I said, he is a monster boy. Now I want to see him compared with some other lines, just to see what he would look like on your shelf. And then also, does he fit in with other people, or is he only scaled with Storm Collectibles Mortal Kombat figures? Alright, and here he is next to, goodness, what a weird cast of characters this is. Like, seriously, we've got SH Figure Arts, Tamashii Nations, Ultra Instinct Goku right here, Marvel Legends, I don't even remember what wave that is. It's a Venom. It's probably one of the re-releases or old releases, or they just keep recoloring them, so it doesn't really matter. And then we've got Tamashii Nations, Samurai Meisho, Darth Vader, and then a Black Series Cal Kestis. So like I said, it's kind of all over the place, but as you can see, he is a big boy compared to some of the lines here, so not gonna fit well with Black Series or the SH Figure Arts. Maybe the Marvel Legends, depending on who you're putting them with. Venom is a big boy, so that kind of makes sense. But I think these two guys right there, they pair pretty well together. Anyways, guys, we have done articulation, paint, apps, and sculpting, accessories, and size comparisons. So without further ado, it is time to look at some ladies and gentle collectors, are you entertained? I gotta ask this because, man, I've been messing with this figure for God knows how long now. I think it's been about going on 4 hours as far as posing and making them do cool stuff, and then running into a lot of issues that I did not notice when I was doing the initial review. And that's kind of why I do the pictures there in the middle, because it gives me a feel of how the character is and how well he does as far as like posing and like all of the articulation points that I pointed out earlier. I like to go over that and then also show you guys what it can do and my mediocre somewhat photography skills as far as toyography goes. So for this review and for this figure, at first I was absolutely infatuated with him. He was like one of the coolest things I'd picked up. Like 7-year-old Compton would have been like, oh my god. Well, I don't know about 7, like maybe 9, but 9-year-old Compton would have been like, oh my god. And like, don't get me wrong, he is an awesome, cool figure, especially aesthetically. He looks amazing, like looks really good. Love everything they did with him as far as like the rubber and the soft plastic and then the hard plastic and the combination of both. My gripes with him though, however, are I don't know if this is just me, if it's Storm Collectibles in general. I don't use this word very often, just because the figures that I usually do are SH Fig Arts, and I recently got into Yamaguchi. He seems a little over-engineered in the torso area, and I say that because there's like I have problems with the plastic getting caught in between the abdomen and the chest there. I have that problem. And then like his legs also, like one of them is really good, like right leg really good, left leg pops out like a mother. Like it's crazy. And it's not that it breaks or anything, but it is a little bit of a bummer. Like and then you have to like with the legs in order to get them to do some really awesome splits and stuff. And balance wise, one of the best figures I've ever seen as far as balance wise goes. Like you put them on one leg, you got them kicking like almost split high up into the air, and he knocks it out without any problem, as long as you balance him, of course. It's just, I don't know, it's the torso that really gets me, and the legs that kind of pop out a lot. And also this right here, this little ankle rocker right here, it seems to have twisted. I'm not sure if that was there in the beginning or whatever, but like I don't know, it's twisted compared to the other one. The other one is flat, and you can move it around and stuff. And last, until I get to the really good parts. Well, okay, sorry, not last. This harpoon thing. This harpoon thing, really cool. Love it so much. However, I wish it was like hard plastic or something. Like the chain looks cool aesthetically, but it doesn't work functionally. It's really hard to get a good harpoon shot in, just because the chain is kind of heavy. So that kind of drags, and you don't want like a little saggy chain stabbing people. That doesn't work. And then also, there's really nothing to hook it onto, so that is a bit of a bummer as well. The little peg hole is really tiny, so there's really not much you can put it in there. Yeah, you can do some Photoshop and stuff, but you kind of want to have it as, unedited as possible, or at least for me. And okay, lastly, the heads are insane to pop off. Like, I've got this skull head on there because I put it on and it's not coming off. I'm sorry. But no, I'm kidding. It's gonna come off, but man, it was so hard. Like the peg joint would come with the original Scorpion head, and then you couldn't do that. And so I had to drop it in some hot water, which, it works, but it's kind of scary to do that, especially for the uninitiated. If you were to pop this figure out without doing any type of YouTube research or any other research, and you just pulled them out and then you tried to do that, there's a potential you could break the peg, so that is a bummer. But going to my pros and stuff, love this figure. Aesthetically, he is amazing. The effects are really cool. I love the skull. All of it captures the character in every single bit of the word. So that leaves me to my rating scale, which is hate it, like it, love it, got to freaking have it. And I'm gonna have to go with a love it for this guy. Like, the gripes that I pointed out are just a little bit too much for me, which is a bummer. Like, I really love the way this figure looks, but like, functionally he's kind of hard to get going, and then also like he's very nerve-wracking, and so that is it. I mean, like, by no means is it a horrible figure or a bad figure. It's just, personally for me, it would be a love it. But anyways, if you like those shots going on over there, make sure you head on over to LeCompton_projects and give them a like, love, follow, whatever you got to do. They'll be posting God knows how long. I'm kind of like backed up. I'm only doing one photo at a time, so that's, well, I think we're still on Android 18 if I'm not mistaken. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let me know what you thought of this review. Am I blind? Am I kind of like you know, first duckling sort of thing when it comes to premium figures? Like, Tamashii Nations is the best, and I'm not saying they are. They have their flaws like crazy, but this one was a new one for me. It was a very fun experience, but there were a lot of things that it just didn't, I wouldn't say jive well with me. I guess I just wasn't used to, and that's why that. But let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you didn't know, I am doing an event exclusive signed Goku giveaway still. Make sure to hit that video right there. Find out how you can do so once we get to 1,000 subscribers on my channel, which we're getting there. I'm hoping to release them in the next like month or something. That'd be nice. I would love to do it sooner. I'm rambling on as always. Love you guys, and until next time, Compton out.